But I wanted to go to what's called camp, or the camp, and the giant's grave, which neatly leads me on to a worm. There's a worm down there. Yeah, now you find all over Britain in various places references to giants, and I'm pretty sure that it's over the world as well, and not only like giant's grave, giants this, giants that, giant's bed chamber, you know, all kinds of things like that. As well as other places, other countries have their own. And it's hard to know whether these things are just myths from superstitious peoples, or whether they're actually based on something real. I favour something real. Well, I don't really know where I was, like I said, but all the people are out now, so you'll hear screaming children. So sorry about that. This is the nearer bit to where I parked, so obviously it's the easiest bit to reach with children. Oh, the smell of decaying wood through there. It's quite fortified, isn't it? Well, I found my way round to the other side just by retracing my steps, but look at that dip there. That's quite a hollow, isn't it? Kind of partly want to go in it, but I ain't looking forward to the journey back. If you know what I mean. Hey. Yeah, even going down that hasn't made a dent in it. Whoa, look at that ivy. Whoa. That's a monster. Wow. That's a few hundred years old. Is that an oak tree? Yeah. Someone needs to cut that. Look, diamond ivy. But let's... Oh, it's not too bad getting down in here. Wow. That's a hollow, isn't it? Ooh. That spin's made my head spin. Now to our right is a path to Clench Common. You will notice if you look on maps that there is no clench bottom. What? I couldn't resist it. I have been waiting years to do that joke. Ever since I found out there was a place called Clench, and then Clench Common, there has to be somewhere that they call Clench Bottom. There has to be. This is actually, this is possibly one of the nicest hill forts I've been on because of all these trees. So I'm going to actually go the long way and go back the way I've already been, just so I can map the place out in my mind. Now if that's going over there, right, I'm going to have to stop and check my map. Well, we're in it. This is like part of the earthworks we're actually walking in. You see the slope of it here. Wow, this is an incredible place. It really is. I can really feel the magic here. Like, it's one of those places I'm just thinking to myself, why on earth haven't I been here before? What's been stopping me? It's not that far out of my, my stomping ground even. Wow, I'm sure loads of you can relate to that. But I'm amazed actually. You see the path through there? Really clear, isn't it? That's an animal track through there. Now I really don't know if this video is going to be in 1 or 2 parts, because I've been out nearly 3 hours now, and yeah, my plan was to go along here and then go to another wood that has, an ancient road in it, the Wansdyke, and then I was going to follow that for a bit. And now I've realised I didn't, because looking on the map, I know this is going to sound like an oxymoron, but looking on the map I didn't realise that it was going to take so long to do the bits that I was thinking of doing. I should have just picked one place, because I'm used to just going and go and just keep walking. I forget that when I'm filming I'm looking for interesting things that you might want to see, as well as stuff for me. I'm so glad this mist is here, it's amazing. This seems to be the bit where no one is, probably because of all the mud. So I must pop in here and use the facilities. Under the fallen oak bridge. This is more sheltered than the other side, But this is quite a big hill fort, you know. I really wonder how many people lived up here. Well, I had lunch by this lovely ash tree, making the most of its last days. That was lovely, really peaceful. Wow, that's so nice. I thought I'd better have lunch here because I get the feeling that I'm going to be going across open country into the wind and the cold. I just got a feeling there's going to be no trees on that bit. We'll find out very soon. It's somewhere at the end of here. It's really amazing to be able to walk. You know, this isn't a sunken road. This is like the walls of a town. That's what this is. This is the defensive ditches of a settlement that was on there. I mean, I do wonder about these settlements. Surely they were bloody cold, you know. So this is one of those things that I wonder, what did they have? What did they live in? Did they build a massive wall round them? Because you've got to remember, all this land was covered in trees at that time, or so we're told. You know, trees only got felled when invaders came here, especially the Saxons. But you know, 6,000. How long's farming been here? 6,000 BC, was it? That's when it started. So I think we go left here, but one part of me wants to go there. Look. I was right, we've got to cross a field of cabbages, but I don't know. I'm going to go so far and I might come back. I might retrace my steps. Well, I've come from to the right of those trees after the cabbage field. You can see how difficult it is. And yeah, I don't know where I am, but I'm pretty sure I'm now heading out towards Adam's grave, Giant's grave, sorry. According to signs and markers and reading the map, and this is where I am. Although it's quite confusing sometimes when you look at maps. I mean, because where the map will show a straight line, well, I've walked, this should be a straight line, but I've walked a couple of curves, compound curves, you know? So it's certainly not a straight line. By no stretch of the imagination. It may look straight behind me, but when you get up to the trees, it goes round a corner. That's why it's so easy to get lost. This is some sloping and a half. I'm not going to go any further because I want to go to the end. I may explore this when I come back, but for now I'm actually going to follow the path. Look at the way these are stunted. Amazing. that is a sign that something chomped it off when it was young. I'm always intrigued around this area that there's woods with grass growing under the trees. I mean, I know this is a bit more open here, but in the other wood that we just passed it was like that. See a spot of yellow there on the left from the gorse. I'm following the well-trodden path. Always better to do that if you don't know where you are and you don't want to get lost, because it's quite easy to just veer slightly off and suddenly, you know, you're in a different place, and a mile later, well, you could be a few miles away from where you were trying to get to. But I can imagine the view down there is incredible. So I will come here in better weather, I promise. I spy with my little eye a cleft mound. You see it? In the gloom. Well, I do recommend that if you come here, give yourself a few hours and be up for a walk, because there's a lot to look at actually, and easy to get distracted. You may want to come here a number of times actually. Obviously this was some kind of defence, wasn't it? A double ditch, well, just a ditch around the mound. There it goes the other side. And down, we'll have a look, see what's on the other side of the lump. Well, I've got to say, I said wow. Yeah, that's quite an earthwork. So we've still got that one to get up to. Oh, my foot is starting to hurt. Oh dear. Don't know why, don't know what I've done. Look at this. Now I'm tempted to think that this is a dew pond. It would make sense. Interesting. I mean, there have been a few around on the edges of this, and bearing in mind it's a big complex, I wouldn't be surprised if they had more than one dew pond, if they could. Wow, it's so gloomy. I'll tell you what, we're here now, it descends now, and here's a triangulation point. And for anyone that doesn't know, this is where they take like the highest point of a certain place, certain high places. So down there would be the village of War. Most people call it Or, but I think War is the best. And I did wonder with a name like Or whether it was some Viking-y thing, and the River Avon went up from Bournemouth or the south coast where it comes out, and maybe it goes close to here, because the source of the Stonehenge River is just up there a bit. Is it just up there? No, along. Yeah, sort of in that direction. A few miles away. Yeah, our first view of the valley floor. I think that's ground there. Wow. So there we go. So now to head back up. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a pond there, isn't there? I'll have to check that out on the map, but yeah, there it is, clear as day. The giant's grave is over there, and the wind's blowing from this direction, but this is some access land, which here in the Yuck, it means you can walk on it, you can go on it, you have permission to, as long as you obey any commands, like, you know, don't walk in this area or whatever. I'm just walking along this bit because it looks interesting. Obviously more earth, you know, that's more of an earthwork somehow, for some reason. This is probably partly for the hill, the settlement, but who knows? It may be for something else, we don't know. 100%ly. It would be quite interesting to work out some way of regressing back, you know, doing some kind of past lifey, going back and back and back and back. This is amazing. Look at that. This is certainly an earthwork, isn't it? Oi! Oh, hey! And the colours are lovely, aren't they? And that's certainly well protected, isn't it? It's taller than some trees are. Now what I'm going to do is, what my plan is, I mean, even this, once you've climbed that, once you've scaled through there, over here, down the other side, and then up that one, not a chance. See, there's chalk there. It's certainly the place where chalk meets flint. I love winter trees, winter woods, because you can see all the shapes. Okay, now I don't want to scrabble through there, so let's see what we can do here. Could I? Well, I came down a less slippery route, that one there. Right, let's see how much huffing and puffing I'll do at the top here. I mean, would you want to scrabble up there? That's not easy at all. Well, nearly at the top. It's not been too bad because I paced myself. Well, after 4.5 hours, I've nearly got my bearings. I have, nearly. Just some footpaths that are on the map are sometimes not there, they've been adjusted. It's like, you know, instead of coming across a diagonal corner, a corner of the farmer's field, they've gone along to the corner, so, you know, maybe that'll be better for him, you know. He won't be so have so much problem with people getting lost. But yeah, as you can see, we're still following the embankment. Should we climb up there and have a look what's on the other side? Oh look, birds just flying off into the mist. There we go, that's Martinsell Hillfort right there. And back to what I was saying about giants. See, I link it all up. You may have thought I'd forgotten, or you may have forgotten, but yeah, these giants. And of course there's all kinds of stories of discovery of giants' bones being covered up, not covered up with earth, but you know, hidden, taken away, you know, taken out of public spaces and view. But you know, there are newspaper reports and things from way back. I say way back. The newspapers haven't been around for that long, have they? But you know, there are reports, so you can find them. It's interesting, isn't it? In every culture. And here's the first crossroads I mentioned. So we're heading down here and kind of doing a rounded route. Not quite the way I wanted to go, even though I was on the right path to start with. I should have carried on. But yep, that's how it goes, isn't it, sometimes? I love this. I deliberately came back via here. Well, I'm going to head this way. There's a little swamp to get through, but at least I know now. And yeah, well, this is the kind of track I just love being in. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da.